Good evening, this is Warmy. I just wanted to share a little haul video. A week ago was my birthday, so I decided to treat myself to a couple of books from Amazon on, well, one of them is a subject that I haven't really studied before. But first, I needed to share this. It's a selenite candle holder. It's going to be very shiny on this. It is um, yeah, it's a cylinder selenite piece that, I've got I've got five other pieces like this. Three of them are cylinders that are about half the height, and then two of them are cubes that are bulkier than this, and they look really, really nice, illuminating a full moon altar. So I was excited to find another piece like this for only $5 in a store that sells inexpensive like home goods stuff. It's the same place I recently picked up a new teapot and matching mugs. So anyway, the books that I got off of Amazon, one of them is The Chicken Qabalah by Milo DuQuette, and it's got it got really good reviews on Amazon. I haven't read either of these books yet, but Qabalah is one of those hermetic studies that um, really should be looked into, and I'm painfully underinformed on the subject, so I was like, okay, I'll finally get around to learning it. And it's less than 200 pages, and it's supposed to be quite amusing, and he uses a lot of anecdotes and metaphors to kind of illustrate the principles behind Qabalah. So I'm hoping I'll actually be able to gather something from this that I can utilize. And not only is Qabalah in and of itself a study, but it's also strongly tied into the tarot, which I mentioned in my last video, that I want to continue in-depth study, even though I don't have any strong divination skills per se. But for my own personal readings, shadow work and whatnot, it would be nice to incorporate the mysticism behind the Qabalah. Although I still need to get a Rider-Waite tarot. So. That's okay. The second book that I'm really excited about is Bill Law's 50 Plants That Changed the Course of History. Now, this is not a specifically pagan book because it's not like a magical reference or dictionary book, but it's got short stories that they're like 2 to maybe 4 pages long about each of these plants. They've got, here's lavender for instance. So you've got, a nice drawing about each plant, and then, sorry, I'm trying to see. Up here there's this little tiny chart that tells you whether the plant is edible, medicinal, commercial, or practical. Strangely enough, it does not highlight edible as part of lavender's traits, but and I know, for instance, it's in my like herbs du Provence medley, so go figure. But yeah, so anyway, it's a historical look at these plants, and rather than like a magical. But if you're into, say, plant totemism, then uh, learning about the history of the plant and its context within social cultures and societies at large, then something like this can be useful. I'm sure I could find these stories, this information online, but it's sometimes convenient to have it in a single volume that you can just pick up and then focus on that subject matter rather than just kind of web surfing through information. There's supposed to be 2 other books, or there is 2 other books similar to this, 50 Animals That Changed the Course of History and 50 Minerals. So I didn't order all 3 of them because I wanted to see if the book was worth it, but it does look really, really promising, so maybe after a couple of weeks I will. But it's this kind of like non-pagan pagan-related literature that I like to get from time to time to like supplement the the material, the particularly pagan material I have on my shelves. But this is not something you would find in the occult section of Barnes & Nobles, for instance. So I did want to share that. I am excited about gathering whatever kind of info I can out of something like that. And yeah, so just a short video short little haul video that I wanted to share there. Anyway, you all have a good night. Take care. Cheers.